Glad you guys can tune in. Episode 57, the Best of Rivals podcast. I'm Jordan J. Will, and I got my boy D Bev in the building, as always.
Yeah. On to what, round five? Round five, Jay?
Yeah, FA Cup, correct?
Yep. Yep.
We
Yep.
have so many tournaments. Sometimes it's hard to keep track with what's going on, but this is the FA Cup, round five, like you said. You guys played the club that's killing right now in the Premier League, so I know this was a huge game for you. And
Yeah.
what were your thoughts? Were you nervous or any other game?
No, I kind of told you last time, Jay. I think if we're gonna win a game against Arsenal, it's gonna be this one, right? I just felt like they weren't going to, be at it. The FA Cup games are typically not the most exciting, and this was the case. This was just like, okay, they rested some players. We kind of rested our players because we always rest players because that's kind of how our squad is formed. We don't really have a best 11, at least in Pep's mind.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, we just played our team. They played their team with minus what Martinelli, Saliba, etc. Um, yeah, it was one of
This
the most
this
boring games I've ever seen.
this was a filling out game. That's all it was.
But it wasn't even that,
No,
Jay.
no,
It
no.
was
It
like
was. It
like
was.
Jay. It
Cause
wasn't though. Like because they didn't put their full force out. I mean, I don't know. It was just
and,
it
no,
was just
that's what I'm saying. That's why it's a filling out game. We didn't see the full arsenal. No pun intended.
the full arsenal of Arsenal.
Of
Yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah,
Straight up,
yeah.
Arteta put out a squad that was decent enough to compete with City, but not good enough to win. And we all know
So
it.
he's,
They didn't they
yeah,
didn't they didn't have key parts, Partey for one. And
yeah, he
that
came
and
off. Yeah,
that transitions I think into a perfect topic right now cuz while Arsenal did lose that game and we saw that they were struggling in the midfield and just creating and keeping up with City in that sense. They are linked to Moisés Caicedo from Brighton, bro, who is dangerous. Um really really quiet right now. I feel like people are obviously talking about it, but we're not talking about the magnitude if they got a signing like that in the
yeah.
midfield. Uh, dude does everything on the field, bro. Defensively, can tackle,
Uh, yeah.
and then what I think what really like scares me about him, because as a United fan and just watching Arsenal probably get somebody like this, his vision, bro. He can create too. Like that pass, he makes the Casemiro type pass sometimes. I'm not saying he's on that level, but
Jay, that's 100% spot on. That's the smartest thing I swear you've ever said on this
I
podcast.
say a lot of
Jay,
smart things. Don't you dare.
you do, you do. Listen. His
Yeah.
stats, generally speaking, aren't fantastic in terms of
Right.
going forward. But if you watched Ecuador in the World Cup, especially, he was, he's the best player on the team. He needs to create, and he was doing that exactly. The Casemiro pass is a perfect description of what he can provide going
Yeah.
forward. You're 100% right.
Bro, his vision it's impeccable, bro. So I think if you pair that with Odegaard in that midfield, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say he's not gonna start though. He's not gonna start if he comes
Oh,
because
I think I
I mean,
think I I think if he comes over, right, he's not starting right away, but it's going to be a project and a good project in the sense that he can challenge for a position if
yes,
he reaches that
yes.
potential. I think that would be that good of a buy from Brighton, who are producing such young talent, good young
Bro,
talent.
we got to talk about it, bro. Leicester and Brighton in recent memory, the way that, I mean, bro, I love the way that they've run their clubs.
Yeah,
Um, we talk about Chelsea. They're spending all this money. You have to spend all this money to win the league, and I get it. I get it. You kind of do,
yeah,
but Brighton is showing you that you can do it a different way, bro. And the fact that these guys are paying 2 million for this player, 3 million for this player, 4 million for this player, and then selling them for 50, 60, 70 million, it's incredible, bro. It's incredible. Mares,
Wait,
Maguire.
is it really that incredible though? When you have that many, you know, good young players and you're not producing.
Well, the question is, Jay, if people knew about Casado before Brighton, you
Yeah,
think Brighton's the only team that knew about him? Of course, other teams knew about him, but Brighton was the one that took the chance. I don't know how much they paid. Like it's like 3 million or something like that.
yeah, like
Matoma
three,
is
four
another one
million
that
or
they
something,
have,
something crazy.
bro.
Such a low
Matoma,
price.
Casado. There's so many of them, bro. Like Trossard, obviously, he went the other week.
Yeah,
I
damn,
mean,
bro. They
they're they're
the,
just
the,
doing it the
the
right
new
way,
Leicester
bro.
right
Ben
now.
White, Ben White. I mean, yeah, they're
Yeah,
all, they're exactly they're the
yeah,
new Leicester,
bro,
100%.
bro.
You know, in terms
You
of position and in terms of players.
you know who Moises kind of reminds me of, and when I say this, like I know the fanboys. I know how crazy they can get, how they can take things and just run with it, like you're tweaking. But I'm telling you, watching this guy play and just seeing what he does on the field, right? It's not really about scoring goals and doing all that. He does a lot more on the field. He reminds me a lot of N'Golo Kante, bro.
Yep.
That's why I think
A
it's
lot of
such a,
people.
it's such a scary buy because we all know
Yeah.
how important N'Golo Kante is to Chelsea and what he meant for like them winning titles.
Exactly. And one of the most underrated things about Conte's game and probably Casado's game as well is
Yeah.
they get around the pitch, bro. These
Yes.
guys, they touch every blade of grass. And like, you might be like, oh, well, do you pay 60 million for that? Like, no, but he brings more to the table, much like Conte. You know, Conte's going forward. You know, his passing forward, he's running. Like, there's a lot of things that these sort of utility players do.
Yeah.
These sort of sort of ugly, sort of like traditional footballers that what they do is like they do so much more, bro. These guys are phenomenal, bro. A guy like Casedo, I've been talking about him for a little bit. Big fan of this guy, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, obviously he wouldn't fit at City because we already have a DM. But it, what I was saying about Arsenal in terms of January transfer window, I said this like maybe in December. If they supplement their squad properly, they're almost guaranteed the title. And the reason I'm saying that is because their first 11, first 14 players are really, really good. But then after that, there's a massive drop off, right? Like Vieira, El Neni, Lakonga. These guys aren't good enough, bro. Um,
And and
so
and,
if
and credit to Arsenal, bro. They're hearing all this. They're seeing it obviously on the pitch. Not having Partey in the lineup is killing them. Um, they're responding, at least from what we're seeing, like reports and rumors and all that. We're going after the right players. You got
yep,
Casado, right? There's also been links to Declan Rice,
yeah,
who may go to Arsenal, bro. If they get Declan Rice, that's another piece. I'm like, damn, I don't want to see that at Arsenal. I don't.
they're not going to get both.
No,
They're
no, no, not both,
now
but it's one or the other,
it's gonna yeah, it's probably either gonna be
essentially.
Casado now, which
Yeah.
I think they should do, or it's gonna be Declan Rice in the summer. Now I think Declan Rice is just a better fit at Chelsea. Like Chelsea need
Stop it.
a Declan Rice. No, what do you mean? They need it. They need him. Like Chelsea
Okay, okay.
needed them
I
way more, way more.
yeah, I see what you're saying. I see.
It's so weird because Chelsea they've literally bought 8 players in January. None of them are that
Bro,
that's
if
center
Declan
midfielder
Rice
position.
goes to Chelsea, he will become the most hated, but like he can it's yeah, it would be nasty, bro. It would be
Well, the
nasty.
reason he remember he came up through the Chelsea academy. He got I think he got dropped like pretty early on.
He
So
just he
him
screams, yeah, Chelsea product. He does. That's
yeah.
what it is. So if he goes there and like you said, they need him and he revamps everything, he brings that grit in the midfield that they need.
Listen, I'm not a massive fan of this guy. You know me. I'm not a massive fan of
I
this guy.
know.
I mean, and remember he's going to cost around 75 million
That's what
at
I was
this
thinking. Yeah,
point
like
just
yeah,
yeah, his deal's
English
almost up. So
tax.
it's I just I don't know. Here, let me say this. You're happy that you got Casemiro because again, if you weren't going to get him, you probably would have went in for Declan Rice this summer. Um, I think I think Arsenal they have to get Casado. He's just a better option. He's younger. He's just stronger. He's more mobile. He's a more positive player. There's just so much more, and you don't have to pay him as much as well. Like there's just so many
Yeah.
more benefits in a Declan Rice.
Does you know, not having, like I said, Thomas Partey in the midfield, and then saw in this game that they're not good enough to just beat City. I don't know, just offer like not like they didn't have their best players in, right?
Partey was there for half the game. I mean, he's bro. When he comes off, the drop off is just
Right, exactly. The
it's
drop off.
unbelievable.
That's what I'm
It's
saying. Not having him in, the drop off is crazy. You clearly
and
see
that's
it.
what and that's why Casado is the perfect signing
He's
for them.
supposed to
He's the
become, yeah,
perfect signing.
essentially,
I mean, think about it, bro. If Xhaka gets injured
right?
or Partey gets injured, you just plug in Casado and problem solved. Is if Odegaard's injured, maybe it's
You
tough, but you
you
can you
said,
can you can play Smith Rowe, you can play.
but Smith Rowe
Uh,
just got hurt as well.
he came back and got hurt right away, but that's why you have Trossard. But so, bro. Trust me, Arsenal were doing it the right way, bro. They supplemented the squad. They needed a left side center back. They got one. They needed a player that can play across the front three. They got one. They needed a midfielder. They're about to get one.
Yeah.
So
So losing this game though,
yeah,
City won. Does this mean anything? Any advantage, or is it
we're
simply a W on the chart?
it's a W on the chart. Again, I expected it just because it's a cup game. I didn't feel that Arsenal were going to try and win this game.
Yeah.
Um, and the sad reality is we were trying to win the game and we did not play well, and we haven't played well since the World Cup. And um, this is much of the same, bro. When we're getting a winning goal from Ake with his right foot in the bottom right corner it's just like, bro, we're in trouble. We are in trouble, bro.
Bro,
The
and,
way
and,
we're
and
playing
the
is
goal
just,
itself was like, I mean, I give him
it's a
credit.
great finish.
It was
It's
a
a great
great finish,
finish.
but the
But
keeper
come
could
on,
have
I mean,
did. Yeah, come on.
and sure, it's a win for us. It's great. I was happy that we got it, but I mean, in some ways, Arsenal's probably happy that they didn't win and that they don't have to play FA Cup anymore. I mean, again, these squads, barring Man City, are going to struggle to rotate their players because if you're going to try in all four competitions that you're in, I mean, you better have 18 to 20 really good players, or else you're done. So, and Arsenal are not there yet in terms of squad. So,
Yeah,
much like Man U. You guys played Reading the other day. I think it was yesterday. You guys are playing some of your best players against Reading. You know what I mean? And it's because you guys don't have a deep enough squad. So it's like it's tough.
yeah, um,
I think we're actually made. I think this City team this year, and this is why I was kind of bummed about going out to Carabao.
yeah,
I think we're made to win these the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup this year. I think we're made for it just because our team is significantly deeper than every other team in the league. You know what I mean? It's just like we should be dominating those two tournaments, but we'll see.
yeah,
We'll see if we can scrape out the FA Cup.
um, yeah. I mean, you guys are obviously worried about progressing and making changes. It's gonna benefit you in the future, but teams like Liverpool, for example, aren't experiencing the same thing.
Now let's be fair. They had a difficult draw, right? They had Wolves last round. Then
Yeah,
they had to play them again, and now They played Brighton. But bro, when that team has let in so many, like, if you look at the stats, the first goal that goes in a Liverpool game is typically the opposition, and that didn't even happen in this game, and they still lost. It's just like, bro, these guys. Uh, there's nothing else to say. I don't want to talk about them. What is there to talk about? This team is done. The fact that people keep saying, "Well, don't worry, there's only half the season." Not with these guys. These guys have been mentally checked out since game two of the season. It's over. And again, you have to congratulate how well they did last season. 2 games away from a historic quadruple. You can't expect them to have the same energy to go again. It's just not human nature, bro. So Liverpool, you've been a great rival. Go back to the drawing board. Keep your manager, sack your manager. I don't think it matters too much. You just have to replace a lot of those big names from that squad. Salah, Trent, we've talked about it. Revamp the midfield. And maybe you go again in 10 years. I don't know how long it's going to take, but you guys are finished. Absolutely finished.
yeah. I mean, just no fight in them. No
No
fight.
fight. It's done.
So
It's
it's
done.
it's even hard for me to like talk about them and argue for them for anything because
Jay, we've been talking about them all. Jay, we got to stop this. We've been talking about these guys
they
all season.
they don't deserve any shine. And it's
They
funny
don't
because
deserve it.
I saw this coming a long time ago when they were on top. They had their little run competing with Madrid in the finals in the Champions League. Think they're doing something in Premier League, getting a title. They fell on top of the world, and I don't know. You just looking at that team and the situation they were in. It's like they never really had like a B team. You never saw them trying to produce talent or think about long term. It was strictly we have the best players right now. Salah,
You know what? That's a
Mane.
great point, Jay. That's a great point. And you know, they had a deep team.
They
Like
did.
they had a deep team, but it just yeah, it wasn't built for the future. You're 100% correct.
I know Gakpo has to be feeling like a fool for even going there, but
Really,
I
really
don't want
bad
to say I
decision.
told you so, but I told you so.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's again, it's Manchester's not United's fault for not closing the deal.
Yeah,
But dude, he's probably like, damn, I messed up here. I feel bad for him actually, but at the same time, make your decision.
yeah, But speaking of new transfers and people who've come over to new clubs, Weston McKennie is a name that I think people know
Yeah.
in the football world, especially in America. Was at Juventus, but now is on his way to Leeds. Is this a good move for him? Good move for Leeds? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, it's just a loan, right? I mean, I think there's an obligation to buy. I think
Yeah,
at the end of the summer. But listen, bro. I mean, okay, let's start off. Is it good for him? Yeah. I mean, he's clearly an established player
yeah,
in European football, right? I mean, you go to Juventus. I believe he was in Germany before that, and now he's at Leeds. Leeds is a good club, bro.
yeah,
Leeds has a massive history, right? And they're fighting to stay up. You know, they have an American manager. They have a few American players. Um, it's literally a perfect fit for him. I think that's his level. He's gonna be playing next to
yeah,
his American teammate in Adams. He's also got Aronson over there, bro. I mean, it's kind of perfect. I don't really rate him too much, but I mean, again, a loan deal for a quality midfielder. If you're Leeds, you're taking that all day long. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%. No, I agree. I just think exposure in a great league like the Premier League is good for any person of his caliber, especially in the
It can
United
be.
States.
It
No,
can
bro,
be.
like for real.
At the same time, you can't. You said exposure. You can't also get exposed, Jay. You know what I
But
mean?
that's why
And
it's at. Listen, that's why it's at Leeds. He started at a club that's that's somewhat respected now. We know they can compete a little bit, but it's
yeah,
not. It's not Chelsea. It's not Arsenal.
yeah. There's no pressure. There's
There's
no real
pressure,
pressure to come in and be the best player in the world.
right?
You said you think there is pressure?
No, I'm saying I agree. Like, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say I was like pressure, Jay. Like how? No, yeah. I think it's a good sign. And by the way, that's a midfielder that I think maybe an Arsenal, maybe even a Man U could have gone off to again as a
Yeah, but
loan
we
deal
don't want that, bro.
to
Not
supplement your.
Man U. Nah, we don't want that.
Jay, but here's the issue. Jay, here's the issue though. You playing Reading and you're starting your best midfield. That's the issue. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It's like play these guys who fringe players, decent, okay players. You're playing Casemiro, Ericsson, Bruno
yeah.
against Reading, bro. That's the issue.
No facts. How do you feel about Anthony Gordon? You know, going over to Newcastle. They are
Talked about him. Yeah,
doing their thing
we
right
talked
now.
about him. Again, there's three ways to look at this, Jay. Okay. This first off, we talked about this way, way, way early in the season when the summer transfer window was still going on,
Yeah,
and we heard the reports that Chelsea offered 40 million
yeah,
and then 60 million potentially, and Everton did not want to sell this guy.
yeah,
Um, he is arguably, and I kind of agree with what I said way back. His stats match up nowhere to his hype. He is one of the most overhyped players, and I don't understand it. How can you just like run fast and work hard and then be worth 40 million? It makes no sense. The only thing that they're going for here is British tax, young player. That's really all it is, Jay.
no,
I
I
don't think
agree.
this guy's good at I mean, listen, I I think he's maybe a Tottenham backup, maybe, but I don't think this guy's a start. I don't even think this guy's going to start at
I
Newcastle.
listen. I agree with the fact what you said that he's British hype, right? That's why they probably bought him.
100%.
But
100%.
I think you're wrong in denying that Anthony Gordon can ball. He can ball.
No.
Yes, he can, bro. He can ball.
He
I think what you
What
were,
has he done this season or last season or the season after? Bro,
bro.
he's not that good, bro.
He's shown little stretches of like having some
5 minutes. Yeah,
5 minutes.
I think everyone has. You know what I mean,
No, no, no.
bro? You saw what Fred did against Reading. Fred's a good player.
But
You tell me Fred's like a
look,
really good player?
look,
Well,
look,
he's
look, look
like
at the club he was at. Can't do anything at
that's
Chelsea.
yes.
You cannot.
You mean Everton?
Yeah, I mean, by Everton. Yeah, you can't do anything at
Yeah,
Everton,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Can't do anything. So I think
That's a good
if he
point.
goes over to Newcastle now, that has a lot more talent. He's exposed to a little bit more, wealth around him. He's able to produce more, bro. At
I agree with
Everton,
that. I
like
agree with that a lot. Yeah.
it's a shit show. Like let's be real.
E- Jay, everybody's.
Everyone's
That's a great
leaving.
point
It's a
because
mass exodus right now.
yeah, 100%. I think the fans are leaving. I think everybody's leaving. I think the staff are leaving. Everybody's leaving. Jay, no. When it comes to Anti Gordon, that is the one point I will give you. As much as I think he is overrated, he was asked to be the best player on that team,
Yes,
and he's nowhere near that. Going to Newcastle, however, he's probably going to be like middle of the road squad
and that's
player,
fine. That's fine,
and I think that's
but
great
that's going to
for
be
him.
good for them in the long run,
Yeah,
because we see they're building it a decent team, Um,
but they're building it really weird, Jay. Like they're not going after big names. They're just and they're paying decent money too.
yeah,
Man, I think Newcastle. Maybe you're convincing me a little bit. I think Newcastle. You kind of have to trust them at this point. You
yeah.
know, like whatever decision they make, you kind of just have to trust them. In terms of Everton, yeah, everybody's leaving. Dan Juma was about to sign for Everton. Lampard leaves. He's like, nope, I'm gonna go to Tottenham,
I
bro.
mean,
It's yeah.
Dan Juma wasn't going to do anything for them though. You think he was
No, he. Um, I mean,
as
he
a
wasn't gonna
winger?
do
Like, was he
much.
going to produce for them in the sense that they needed, or was it just going to be?
He probably would have been their best winger, maybe, but like that's not saying much. So it's like, yeah, I don't think it would have done much.
And then they get rid of
You
Frank,
know,
like you said, which is I think premature.
major-
Chelsea was also premature as well. We saw it there. He's been
yeah.
getting a very bad just hand dealt to him. I don't understand why, bro. He's not politicking well. He's not in with the right circle. But Frank
Well,
Lampard is
well,
not
listen.
it in England. They don't like the
Well,
man.
listen.
He's a Chelsea
No,
legend.
no,
He's a Chelsea legend.
no. Listen. It's a results based business,
Oh
and
my
and
god.
when you're, I mean, they had a decent start to the season, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah.
then and then it goes downhill a little bit. You lose to the wrong teams.
Yeah.
Um, At the same time, I can't say that Lampard's have had a bad handout. I mean, you go from
Come
Derby
on,
County to
bro.
Chelsea. You go
Bro,
from Derby County to Chelsea.
bro, he essentially got Chelsea back to a point when we could tell they were like in the rebuilding mode. Not rebuilding, but like
Yeah.
they're going to
No.
be a eventual contenders. At some point.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
was all shot down when he had a rough 3 game, 4 game stretch. Just shot down
I.
everything he built.
You know what I've been saying
And
about.
Tuchel
I
and
100%
Tuchel
agree.
came in and took all the credit. He's Steve
I hundred
Kerr.
percent
Wait, he's
agree.
Steve Kerr,
Yeah.
Mark Jackson. That's what he did.
I agree.
We all
I
saw it.
agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. But at the same time, this guy, he had no right to be managing Chelsea after such a small coaching career.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't feel too bad for him.
yeah,
However, yeah, my whole thing is like, okay, they've got a Sean Dyche now at Everton. Now, that is the one manager where I'll say, listen, if you're going to replace Lampard,
yeah,
that's the guy you go for because the whole point of your season at this point, these next 18 games or so, is for you guys to stay up.
yeah.
That's literally all that matters. The question is, does this manager do that for you? I think I think he gets close, and I'll tell you why. Who did he have at Burnley? Tarkovsky,
Yeah,
McNeil. He's got a couple players that he's managed before. I think he's going to hopefully turn that team into just like a super difficult team to beat.
yeah,
And I think that's the one thing that we've sort of missed this season from a lot of these teams, bro. You got teams like Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest trying to like outplay, some of the biggest teams, and sometimes it works, but very rarely. How many teams in the league right now are sitting back and just defending for 60, 70, 80 minutes? I think Sean Dyche is going to come in here and he's going to do that. And he's going to play super duper counterattacking football. He's probably going to play either Calvert Lewin or Damari Gray as the last man, ball over the top, run and get it, score one goal, 1-0, we're done, and we're staying up. I just think that's how he's going to play, and I think it's how he has to.
yeah,
In my opinion, he was very wrongfully. fired from Burnley the season before. Um, and as a result, they went down. I think it was a terrible decision. However, my boy Company comes in and is now the manager there, so
Vincent
maybe it's all worked
Company.
out in the end. Yeah, yeah. Maybe listen, maybe it's all worked out in the end. I don't know, but I don't think they're going down though, Jay. I don't think they're going down. I think with Lampard they wouldn't have went down. I think with Dyche they're not going down. What do you think?
Uh, I gotta wait and see, man. Everton is just all over the place. They've
Trash.
had
Yeah.
some great managers over there and haven't responded in a way that
Yes.
convinces me.
Bro, Marco Silva, we're praising him at Fulham.
Yep,
He got disgraced to Everton.
exactly.
Benitez, obviously, maybe that's an inside job. I don't know,
Benitez.
But listen, you're 100% right. They've had the managers, bro.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I don't think the manager is the problem at Everton, bro. Their recruitment is embarrassing. So
Yeah.
um, horrible.
Horrible.
I kind of hope they go down actually, just because of Jordan Pickford. He's just so annoying.
He's
But
so annoying, bro. He's England best goalkeeper though, so quote unquote.
not anymore. Nick Pope. Nick
Nick
Pope.
Pope.
And
Hey,
Aaron and Ramsdale. Yeah,
Ramsdale.
yeah, yeah. Pickford could go down. I don't care. I don't care, bro.
You a fool,
We don't
bro.
need him anymore.
He's done.
We don't
Hey,
need him anymore.
I love it, bro.
Yeah. So with the FA Cup, this weekend, not too much to talk about, but next weekend, Premier League back again,
Yes,
and
sir.
listen, bro, we're playing Tottenham again. Now, last season, I would have been like, man, we're playing Tottenham, whatever. Now, please, let's play Tottenham every week, bro, because these guys are in trouble. Do I think Dan Juma is going to fix their situation? Do I think, bro, if Dan Juma scores against us, bro, I might retire. I might retire from the podcast, bro. Um, I'm so confident against Tottenham. As bad as we've been playing, I am so confident against Tottenham. And remember, we were losing 2-0 last game, and we came back and scored 4 goals in the second half. Their mentality is going to be destroyed. But I think
See,
honestly,
hey, let me calm down. Simmer down, because this is what you did against Liverpool. You went in with the same mindset. I remember you had
I
a whole
did.
little video, a whole
I
little
did.
segment
I did.
where you said we're gonna destroy Liverpool. We're gonna kill them.
And we should have. Yeah.
I was like, damn, he's talking his shit, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what happened?
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
telling you, be careful with these games, bro. These are games that I think City needs to be wary of, very wary, because yeah, this is bragging rights at the end of the day. This isn't a team like Brentford or Leeds coming in. This is Tottenham, and for the past 5 to 6 years, they were somewhat respected as a team that can compete offensively. And we've seen, this past off season in the transfer market that they went and got players like Rich Charleston. Um,
Who hasn't scored yet?
hasn't scored at all. The Tottenham way.
Jay, I think that ends the conversation, bro. Listen,
Hey, exactly. Hey,
I'll put my hand
bro,
up.
we said it. We said it. We always try to get the Spurs some props, and then it's just like
We can't do it. We can't do it. Listen,
Rich Charleston balling, but nah.
I'll put my hand up, Jay. Against Liverpool, listen, I got sat down. It is what it is.
You a fool, bro.
But these guys, we're beating Tottenham.
Okay.
I think a harder game for you guys, and maybe it showed from the last time that you guys played them pretty recently too, is Crystal Palace. They still have all their players. They haven't really sold anybody. They're just a team that just works really, really hard. They have some really, really talented players. You guys were dominating last game, but you guys have games so often. Is this a tough one, or are you just like, you know what? If we can start squeezing out points here, points there, then we're going to get top four, and we don't really care too much. And what's your sort of mentality going into this game?
We gotta kill them. This needs to be a very satisfying and convincing win.
Yeah. Okay.
CP has given us problems, like you said. Um,
They
always
give
been a
everybody
tricky.
problems. They give
They
bro. Last year
they
they gave
do.
us
They do.
problems. Yeah, they give everybody problems, bro.
Right, but we're at a different point now. In our regime of Man United.
Your Renaissance.
We need to see something new, something different. In the past, we probably would have lost this game, drawn, took uh a couple points back and something like that. But I think we need to go in 4-0, 3-0,
Yeah.
3-1, 4-1. I want to see something like that. I don't want a 1-1, 2-2 game. No,
Gotcha.
I won't be satisfied with that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I think you guys. I think it's one of those games. I think you guys just probably gonna do like a 3-0, 3-1, just something comfortable, probably. And honestly, I think we're gonna do the same. So, any other exciting games on the weekend? Not really. Yeah, it's looking pretty ugly.
No, right now we're at like that very weird point. A lot of the games in Premier League, like the big ones, it's gonna be like Arsenal versus City,
Arsenal
and
City
that's gonna be
twice.
sprinkled.
We got
Yeah,
them
right,
twice. Yeah.
sprinkled throughout the league, but it's not happening right now.
Yeah.
So we got other games like the Europa League coming up, Barcelona United.
I don't know what the Europa League is, Jay. We don't really play in that competition.
Wait. You have to win a Champions League first.
Before I can start talking crazy.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Okay.
We
Okay.
got 3 of them.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um. Okay. Cool. Listen. Yeah. I mean, that stuff is coming up, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that I really do like the breaks. I like the
yeah,
breaks between like the fact that now you almost forget about the Champions League. You almost forget about the Europa League, but next week it's back pretty much, or 2 weeks from now it's
facts.
back. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
It's about to be cooking, bro. We're
absolutely
really about to see the downfall of Liverpool. They're not getting a Carabao Cup.
done,
They out of the FA.
done.
Are they winning the Prem?
No,
Who are they facing in the Champions League?
Real Madrid.
Damn,
you know, you know.
damn, it's tough. It's tough.
Listen, I can just already tell we're putting us on TikTok. I don't understand how the Liverpool fans are like still arguing with us, bro. Like,
They
stop.
come, bro. They come. They're like, what are you talking
And here's
about?
the thing:
No, stop it.
we're on their side, Jay. I feel bad for you guys.
I'm about to say it's pity. It's pity.
Bro,
It is pity. We feel so bad. We're like, we want to see the best for you. You need some help.
bro,
Go.
bro. Remember when they were celebrating the Community Shield? Oh my God, Nunes is so much
Bro,
better than
Nunes
Holland.
scored.
Oh,
He scored.
yeah. I think you take
Shit.
Holland now, wouldn't you? All right. And on that note, episode 57 of the Best Rivals podcast. Listen, you can find all of our content on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at the Best of Rivals. You can find this
Oh,
entire. Oh, okay, Jay.
also,
Okay.
also, while you're saying this, big shout out. We are at, I think, past 100
Oh,
subscribers on
oh, we're
YouTube.
flying, Jay. We're flying.
Which is huge. Thanks to everybody on that platform. I don't communicate enough. And I will, but that's just a different fan base. I'm kind of tied in with TikTok. They got me
Yeah.
all in their horns, bro.
It's
TikTok and
it's
Instagram.
personal. It's personal with TikTok.
It's
Yeah.
personal. It's personal. So
Um,
I'm hop in more, but
listen,
mad love, man.
I gotta make an announcement, an
Hey,
admission here.
where can you find that again? Where's that located on?
The YouTube, that's at the Best of Rivals podcast.
Oh man,
Good job, Jay.
perfect.
I do have to admit though, the 100 subscribers, 65 of those are my burner accounts. So we're really at 35.
Keep it a buck.
I'm obviously joking. But yeah, you can find all of our long form content, this entire podcast at the Best of Rivals, literally everywhere. Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Google. Like you'll find us everywhere. Um, so with that, episode 57 for myself, from Jay, and all the Liverpool fans around the
Y'all got Real Madrid coming up, man.
world. You guys might as well just retire
Ah,
from football.
just
Um,
done.
so with that, we are out.